All right, good morning, everyone. All right, I think you guys can see me. I'm not sure if I'm going to trade today, but I do see a good zone on NASDAQ, and it's the zone that I've been looking at for months. And I think that's going to be the only setup I trade, is literally the only setup I'm going to take is from this 90-minute supply zone. I'm not looking at anything else today. I mean, I could, like, I really could, but I want to see the markets tap this 90-minute supply zone here. If you zoom out on this supply zone here, you can see market has rejected it many, many times. I'm not sure if I'm expecting it to reject today. Is really down to the reaction that happens once we're up there, if we get up there. But let's restart this. Actually, let me see what happened yesterday. Yeah, yesterday it was a bit choppy, but it was very bullish for sure, for sure. I, it's funny too because both of my entries were perfect entries for the opposite side, and that shit just it happens a lot. A lot of my losses are great entries for the opposite side. I don't know how that works. It does happen on a lot of my losses though. Let's start on the actually let's start on the daily time frame. And I'm looking at US 30 as well, but the zones are way better on Nasdaq. Let me turn this off. Okay, on the daily time frame, we can clearly just see we're at the top of this huge range here, which is why I think today is going to be, or should be, there should be a good reaction to the market. We're either going to go back down to the range or we're going to finally break past this range. Or it could just move sideways and wait for tomorrow and wait for tomorrow's FOMC. I did tell myself that, like, I most likely wasn't going to trade today because it's FOMC and everything. But once I looked at the market and saw where we were at, then I made an exception. I made an exception. But I'm going to be very picky with the trade. Like I said, I only want that specific setup. If the market goes straight down, then probably not going to trade. Okay, we have this 4-hour demand zone here. Where are you from? I was born in Puerto Rico, and then I was basically raised in New York, upstate New York. Yeah. I'm on the 3-hour time frame. I see this really good 3-hour demand zone, which I really like, and it's also not that far away. So we'll see if we tap into this area. If we do, damn. Like if we do, like I could take a trade off of it because it's a clean zone. But I really want to see the market tap that 90-minute supply zone down to the 2-hour time frame. At the bottom of the range, there's a 2-hour demand zone. Whoops. Okay, nothing much on the 2-hour, on a 1-hour time frame. there's a small 1 hour demand zone, which I think we're about to tap into. Honestly, I'm already thinking, if we get below 976, I think it would be a good short down to this 3 hour demand zone. But am I going to take it? I don't know. I don't think so. It's just tough because I know Monday and Tuesday on FOMC week are not really good for my strategy. They're not really good for my strategy. I don't know why. I get a lot of fake outs, so I'm not sure if I'm going to take a trade off of this 1 hour zone here. Okay. I mean, this is also 1 hour demand zone. Does it really matter though? It's really far away. Like, I want to say I'm bearish because there's just a lot of reasons to why I could be bearish. Right, we're at the top of this range here. We have, what is it called? We have Asian lows, London lows, right, to take care of. But it's also just very bullish. So I'm not sure. I definitely don't want to create a bias unless I see, I don't know. It really depends on how the market opens up. On the 90-minute time frame, if we go all the way back here, where is it? All the way to November, there is a really strong 90-minute supply zone. The only reason I say it's really strong is because the market has rejected it a lot. One, two, three, four, five times back here. So normally I say the more we tap into a zone, the more likely we are to break past it. So what could happen is market could bounce off of this 1 hour demand zone, which could be a really good buy. Would I catch that move? I don't think so. I mean, I could, but that's not the move I'm looking for. The move that I am looking for is off of this 90-minute. So we could, if the market closes above, what is this? Above 103, 26, 103, my trade is going to look something like this. Something like that. And then I would just target this daily supply zone, or realistically around 50 points, and I think that would give me a good enough move. Or another thing that could happen is we could tap into this zone and reject it, which is why I'm going to mark out this wick here, the highest wick out of these touch points, mark it as liquidity, because we could tap into this area and then reject it. If I see something like that, the entry is going to be something like this. Tight stop loss. And then just target a 1 to 2, which I could target this 1 hour demand zone or lower. Who knows? But yeah, this is honestly the only setup that I want to trade today. Which, now that I measure it, yeah, it's not that far away. Currently, it's only 80 points away, which we could easily get up there during the first 15 minutes. Alright, but let me check if there's other zones. Oh my gosh, this hair is in my face. Alright. I'm on the 45-minute time frame. Okay, I was looking at this 45-minute supply zone, which if we look at it right now, the market looks like it's chopping up on it. So when I see that, I just don't even bother looking at the zone, because it's not a really good reaction off of it, which happens a lot during pre-market. Down to the 30-minute time frame. Let's see. Don't see much. Okay, not much. Let me look all the way back here. Okay, this is clean. Clean 30-minute supplies on here. And the dogs are barking. This 30-minute here looks good as well. I mean, I'm not gonna mark it, but it looks very clean. I mean, when it was a zone, we bounced off of it. When we ran through it, we rejected it from the other side. So it's kind of like support turning into resistance. Let me see. Yeah. That looks clean. I'm not gonna mark it though. Just because I have a newer 30-minute zone here. But if this zone wasn't here, I definitely would mark it out. It has clean reactions off of it from both sides. Even though it got ran through. Yeah, a lot of people don't like zones when they've been ran through once. But I do like them even if they get ran through because it's kind of like support and resistance. Like a lot of demand zones, if it gets ran through, it turns into resistance. If that makes sense. Damn, this is really far back. Okay, I don't see much back there. All right. Yeah, I think that's it for the zones. I'm going to double check this 45-minute time frame. Like I could mark this out, but it's not really a zone. Okay, this is a very tiny 10-minute supply zone, which it looks like it's going to be very easy to run past. 10-minute. Oh, you can't even see the label. Alright, yeah, so I'm hoping the market opens up and it pushes up to the 100s all the way up here. Don't know if I'm going to take a buy or sell off of it just yet. Kind of just waiting to see what happens. So far, the market tapped into this 1 hour demand zone. And so far, it's bouncing off of it, which is good. The only thing that I'm hoping is that the market doesn't open up around VWAP. Because if it does open up around VWAP, then it might struggle to get away from it. How long has it been? Damn, it's been 14 hours since the market has tapped into VWAP. Since the market has touched it. So I damn, I'm starting. What the? I'm expecting the market to tap VWAP. Again, I don't know if it's gonna bounce off of it, but I know it's gonna touch it somehow. That's all the zones for Nasdaq. If I look at US 30, it's literally falling off a cliff, and the market hasn't even opened up. What the heck? Yeah, I mean, the zones on US 30, they're not that good. They're not that good. I'm going to erase everything and start from zero here. If we look at the daily time frame, it's going nowhere, right? It's just like Nasdaq. It's in this huge range here, which I'm thinking that FOMC is going to break. I'm thinking that FOMC is going to cause the markets to break out of this range. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, okay. What the fact that you just deleted your entire analysis means it's worthless in itself. No, I delete my analysis every morning and then I redo it. That's technically it is worthless in the morning because a lot of the zones get ran through. But, it's not like the zones didn't like matter anything. I That's just how I do it every single morning. I redo the charts. I don't have to, but I do like doing it. I like drawing the zones every morning. That's just what I'm used to. But it's funny that you said that. Except if war starts with Iran. Yeah, who knows where that's. I thought a war already started with them. I don't know. I don't know anything about that, so. Okay, I'm on the. Actually, let me double check the 4 hour. On the 4 hour time frame, I see this 4 hour supply zone that it rejected yesterday, and we've had a pretty decent reaction off of it. I mean, even the move down right now is just, it looks very bearish. I don't think I'm going to trade US 30, but I will draw out some zones and see. This is a 3 hour demand zone here that we could tap into today. This uh like this does look like a good 2 hour demand zone, but it's not that clean. Do we have any high impact news today? 27th. Oh damn, we have 10 a.m. high impact news. Could see a slow open because of that. Honestly though, if I see a really slow open on Nasdaq, I'm not trading today. Again, just because it's Monday and Tuesday before FOMC, which I have a really bad track record of. Usually I lose Monday and Tuesday FOMC week. And I knew that yesterday, yeah, I still decided to trade. It's like it was like a new year, new data type of thing. You know? So I was like, like it's gonna be different this year. Nope. It's still the same shit. Still the same shit. And it makes sense too because FOMC is a huge decision. So it would make sense that the markets are a bit slow, on the days before. But yeah, that's why I'm being extra picky today. I'm really just looking at one setup today, and it's this 90-minute supply zone. Like, if the markets just shoot straight down, I'm not sure if I'll trade it. I mean, also on US 30, usually it's pretty slow before market open. Yet today it's like going crazy during pre-market. Yeah, and I also don't see too many zones. I mean, let me check this one. I want to see how it reacted back here. Oops. Yeah, I don't like that. So I'm going to erase this zone. Also with US 30, I mean, usually there's some sort of range, like a pre-market range. In today's case, there's not a pre-market range. I mean, if there was, we were, oh my god, I'm like talking way too fast. We already broke out of the pre-market range if there was one. Yeah. I mean, I guess it was this one up here. It's very small though. 15-minute time frame. Yeah, don't see much. I mean, this is a 15-minute demand zone, but it's far away from price. Honestly, I could see a New York reversal today. But I think yesterday I said that and like it didn't happen. So, I'm not I take it back. I take it back. I didn't say that. Okay. Yeah, this is it for the zones. On US 30, not the best zones at all. So I definitely won't be trading this. Even if it does go down, I'll probably be looking at NASDAQ more because the zones are way better. Also, with NASDAQ, this is a really clean 1 hour demand zone here, but it's right at VWAP. So, usually, if I have a zone with VWAP, I don't like to take trades off of it, whether it's buying or selling. It's just because I've taken a lot of losses when it's a trade near VWAP. I don't know if that's just me, but it's happened quite a bit to me last year. So, yeah. Now that I have all the zones marked out, though, I'm just going to mark out support and resistance on the 1 hour time frame with white lines. And like these white lines, I literally don't really use to get into entries, but I do like them because sometimes I use them as confirmation and they work out really well most of the time. I know it's not the cleanest, but they do work out. So I do like them. You can risk half per trade or do one trade per day limit on days like this. Yeah, I definitely should have lowered the risk yesterday, especially on the second trade. But it happened very, very quickly. So maybe that was also a mistake for sure. Is like taking that second trade very fast. But it's just like I saw the reaction off of the zone, and I guess I got FOMO, but at the same time it was like a plus setup I would usually take. But now that I do think about it, the entries were definitely very close together. Like I took the first loss, and then less than 5 minutes later, I took the second loss. But it's like if you see something and like you don't take it and then it plays out, then you say like, oh, I should have, could have, would have. I should have gone in that A plus entry. Da da da. So I don't regret taking the second trade. Like I would take it again, but I would take it again if it wasn't Monday and Tuesday F1C week. Okay, okay. I also want to check how much did the market move overnight, because if it moved a lot, then it might be like yesterday with a bit of a slower open. Let's see. Okay, I mean, It did move quite a bit, but not as much as yesterday. We also just have a bunch of, I guess, session liquidity down here, which I know a lot of people are going to be bearish because of that, but we'll see, we'll see. The only way I really would be confident in taking a short is going to be all the way up here at 0.78, which is not crazy far away, but if the market moves straight down, then it's going to be pretty far away. I mean, another trade I could see happening if the market goes straight down once it opens is I could see it bouncing off of this 3-hour demand zone. So, like, something like this. I could see it bouncing from this area. Would I take that trade? Honestly, like, I'm not sure because I want to be extra picky today. And the trade that I do want to take is up here. Oh, this is also a 15-minute supply zone up here. Let me label this. I don't know. I think on Mondays and Tuesdays, FOMC week, I think the best trades are as soon as market opens. Because if it's like a choppy day, then after the first 15 minutes, you'll get nasty wicks. Like yesterday. Yeah, I'm also... Like, I feel like US 30 is going to have a crazy open. But I don't like the zones on it, so I won't trade it. I mean, honestly, I could see US 30 shooting back up, making a recovery. Because that's a nasty move down. Especially for pre-market. Like, I feel like usually with US 30, you don't see this. Let me see if we have any earnings today. I'm stuttering. I know on Wednesday after market close. Oh my god, we have Tesla earnings. I didn't even see that. We have Tesla, Meta, Microsoft earnings. That's going to be huge. Especially on that FOMC Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we have Apple. It looks like MasterCard, Visa, NASDAQ. Big company earnings this week. Yeah, that's crazy. It's also good to know because it gives us another reason to be slow in the markets is because there is a lot of big news coming out tomorrow specifically. Damn, if I traded stocks, like, I promise you I'd be obsessed with gambling earnings. I swear. I do it way too much. Like, yeah. I feel like I do Tesla earnings. I'd gamble on that. Good thing I don't. I did it once on Nvidia earnings, and like I don't know how to trade options. So, I don't know what happened, but I betted on earnings that I thought it would go up, and it did go up, but it was like, you guys know the entries on options are just like way different than futures. So I don't know what I did, but for some reason I just didn't make money on it. Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain what I did wrong. In my eyes, I thought I was betting that the market would go up, which it did go up. You guys know, like, Nvidia earnings, most of the time is bullish. And it was, but I don't know what happened. Maybe it was bad contracts. Maybe I put it in wrong. But yeah, no more gambling earnings. But if I did trade options, I feel like I would do it way more often. I thought you weren't trading today. I thought I wasn't going to trade either. But then I saw where the market was at, and it was very close to this 90-minute supply zone, which I've been looking at for months. So the only way I'm going to trade today is if the market comes up to 0.78, and then I'll take a trade off of that. If the market shoots straight down, which it definitely could, then I'll probably call it a day. Also, if the market doesn't get up here by at least 10 a.m., probably won't trade. So I'm waiting for a very specific trade. We'll see what happens. Let's see the Trump tracker. Ooh, Trump tracker is pretty high. What does it say? I can't tell. Let's read what this says. Okay, he's doing Iowa affordability speech. What time is that at? Oh, it looks like that's at 4 p.m. Yeah, so like it I was going to say it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter for me cuz I'm trading in the morning. If you trade in the afternoon, maybe you should be careful with that. 30 more seconds for market open. Yeah, it's opening literally right at VWAP. Oh, and then there's a touch. See, I knew we were going to touch it. It had been way too long. And I think if there's a close below 966, I would expect it to go all the way down to 879. And if that does happen, then not trading today. Like, I definitely could wait for it to tap this 3-hour demand zone, but and it would be a A plus setup. It definitely would be. I mean, even this trade right here, if this 1 minute candle closes below 966, usually I take a trade off of it. But I'm trying to be picky today with the trades that I take. Oh, and it's closing out, rejecting it. Yeah, usually I take a buy off of this. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I'm lying. If VWAP wasn't here, like I would take a buy off of it. But since VWAP is there, I probably would be too scared to trade around this area. Let's see. Hopefully, we get a clean bounce off of this area. That'd be really helpful. Wow, US 30 is going lower. That's a nasty move on US 30. I'm definitely going to want to see a better push within these first 15 minutes. So I need the market to come up to 78 all the way up here. which is with low volume, like it's gonna be far away. So we definitely need more volume. Another thing with Nasdaq is, whoops, it's still inside of this pre-market range here. So this range would definitely need to break out of it in order for me to take a trade. Yeah, I definitely want to see the market get far away from VWAP. I'm telling you, if the market opens up on VWAP, 90% of the time, it's not going to be the best opening. At least on the 1 minute time frame. Like, it's not going to be that clear. One more minute for this 5 minute candle to close. Yeah, if this 5 minute closes below 974, I would expect it to continue to go lower. Which, damn, if VWAP wasn't there, like, I would take a trade, but it's not worth it. I also want to see strong candle closes at least on the 5 minute time frame. Because if you look at the 5 minute candlesticks before the market opened up, they're very weak, right? They have small bodies, pretty big wicks. So you definitely want to see a change in that. Okay, here's the close. It closed below the zone, so I definitely am expecting it to go all the way down here to 878. Usually I would take this trade, but for me it's just too risky with VWAP being there. But now that we got this 5 minute candle close here, that 5 minute candle closed outside of this pre-market range here. So I definitely want to see it continue to go lower, which sucks because now we're very far away from the trade that I was looking at. It's fine that it goes down though, because there is a clean 3 hour demand zone down here. It's just not the trade that I wanted today. It's a very clean 3 hour demand zone though. Very strong. Yeah, that was a perfect retest of the zone and continuation down. It's definitely just, I would say this is low volume. Not gonna lie. Like, it looks crazy, but it's not that crazy of a move just yet. Yeah, it's looking like a no trade day for me. Unfortunately. Like, I could definitely take a trade off of this 3 hour zone, but once we get down here, it's gonna be, who knows, maybe it might be 10. Yeah, like if it was a regular day, most likely would have taken this trade. Perfect trade. Perfect short. You see that 1 minute candle close below the zone. Next candle opens up, retests the area, and then it breaks down lower. US 30, she looks tired. I mean, that 5 minute candle close is not good at all. And like you would expect a crazier open because of the insane move during pre-market, but nope. I mean, at least not yet. It looks like a weak opening. I mean, the good thing with Nasdaq is getting far away from VWAP. It didn't chop up at VWAP. I mean, it kind of did, but then it corrected itself. Yeah, I'm most likely not gonna trade today, but I'll stick around and see. I think another good opportunity could be this 3 hour demand zone. Maybe taking buys off of it, but I mean, by the time I take this trade, it'll probably be very close to 10 a.m. And usually I catch the breakout trade within the first 15 minutes, which did happen on NASDAQ within the first 10 minutes. We'll see how the 15-minute candle closes though. Because so far the opening range is, I would say, is pretty small. It's not that big, you know? Usually when it's this size, it's pretty choppy. But yeah, tomorrow morning, um honestly, I don't think I would trade in the morning. Usually the morning of FOMC day is pretty choppy just cuz it's waiting for that big decision. So, I'll probably skip the morning and then just watch FOMC at 2 p.m. Eastern and then I'll go live for that. That's usually what I do during FOMC. I know it sounds risky because, like, what, you're trading FOMC, but it's not like I place a trade right at 2 o'clock. I wait for the 2 o'clock reaction and then I try to find a breakout or a nice reaction off of a zone, which usually you'll get a really nice reaction around FOMC. There's more volume kicks in. But there has been other FOMC days, and there's been a lot of FOMC days where you don't get a clean move. You know, it'll be right at 2 p.m., you'll get a crazy reaction, and then after that, it'll slow down. That does happen a lot during FOMC days. And tomorrow's going to be tough because FOMC comes out, the market closes, and then we have these huge company earnings coming out. Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, which are all going to affect the markets. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the FOMC reaction or the FOMC market isn't that impressive, you know? Because yes, FOMC is big, but those company earnings are big as well. I'm pretty sure all those companies are top 10 of NASDAQ. So they're going to have a huge effect on the markets. Yeah. If this 15-minute candle closes back inside of this pre-market range, That'll be a good hint for you to know that it's gonna be choppy. So 2 more minutes. I mean, even the 15-minute candle right now is not pretty on both on Nasdaq and US 30. They look very weak. Tough market, tough market. Yeah, also with this, oh, with this trade here, I would have hit break even because I would have taken short right here and I would have targeted 200 ticks. So I would have gotten stopped out break even. Looks like it retested the zone and VWAP and it's rejecting it so far, which is good for the shorts. I'm definitely paying attention to the 15-minute candle though. 1 more minute for it to close. Yeah, also with US 30, I'm not gonna lie. If it was a regular day, I probably would have taken shorts right here. And I would have gotten stopped out if I did that. On a usual day, I definitely would have taken shorts here. Not gonna lie. Okay, here's the 15-minute candle close. And it's closing out outside of this pre-market range, which is good. The only thing is it's closing out very close to VWAP. It's also closing out with a small opening range. It's also closing out with a weak body, right? The 15-minute candle has a weak body, huge wicks, not the best opening. I mean, at least for breakout traders. I don't know about ICT traders. I mean, you guys might like this price action. I don't know. Everyone sees it differently. Why is 10 a.m. a cutoff time for you? It's not necessarily a cutoff time. It's just usually I get a really good trade within the first 30 minutes. And with today, it's like there's going to be 10 a.m. news. So it is also just FOMC week. And like I said, like Monday and Tuesday, FOMC week, usually I don't do good. So it's really just me forcing myself to look for less trades. Which I already know I'm not going to trade today. It was a possibility. The only possibility was if it opened up and it came all the way up to this 90-minute supply zone. But it didn't do that. So definitely not a good setup for me. There's just always so many hints to not trade the market, and a lot of people don't know what those hints are. But there's a lot. There's definitely a lot. A big hint to know if the market is going to be choppy is pre-market. Like if you look at pre-market today, at least on Nasdaq, it was very, very weak. Like the 5-minute candlesticks are very wicky, small bodies. Another hint is if it opens up at VWAP and we stay around VWAP, that means it's struggling with direction. It's mostly moving sideways. Another hint to the market being choppy is how big is the opening range? Is the opening range big? I would say a big opening range would be at least 100 points or over 100 points. But in today's case, it was less than 100 points, which I know is not like the smallest opening range, but with the recent markets, if you compare like the really good days to this is really small. Like a really good opening range, I promise you, is 600, 500, 6, more than 100 points. Then it's like, whoa, like there's really good volume. You can see more direction. But yeah. Another good hint is on the 15-minute time frame. How did the first 15-minute candle close? Did it close out with huge wicks? Did it close out with a big body? Most of the time, if it closes out with huge wicks, like usually it's a bad sign. You can tell very early on if it's going to be a choppy day or not, or at least a choppy open. And that's with NASDAQ. Honestly, with US 30, I don't really measure the opening range too often. So I can't really. It's harder to tell for me if it's going to be choppy on US 30. With NASDAQ, like, I've been showing up every single day for about a couple years at this point, consistently. So I have more. What do you call it? More experience with it. With US 30, I mean, I've only been trading US 30 for, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months. Not that long. So I don't know too much. But it's easy to tell. I mean, it's the same thing. 15-minute candle. Look at how it closed. It closed out with more wicks than the body. You know, the wick is huge. And something I've noticed with VWAP on US 30 as well is very different from NASDAQ. I mean, VWAP on US 30, like, a lot of the time it'll pass through it easily. Also with US 30, usually there's a pre-market range, and like it's very easy to spot the breakout, but in today's case there is no type of range. It was just moving straight down, which I would say is not normal for US 30. Usually US 30's pre-market is very flat, very sideways. That's why when I saw this I was like, what the heck? Another thing I've realized is on the really good days, like NASDAQ and US 30 are most likely going to be doing the same thing. But I noticed on choppy days, they do like just completely different stuff. Any trades today? No. No, no, no. I was thinking about one specific setup, but it didn't show up. I mean, it might show up today, but it'll probably show up way later in the day. And I don't want to do that. If it does show up, I want to see how the market reacts to this 90-minute supply zone, which I probably find out tomorrow if the market keeps going up. We got 8 more minutes for news, so we'll see how that is. But now I know for the next FOMC week, like, either size down a bunch Monday and Tuesday, or just not trade at all. Now I know though. last year, like, I knew not to trade Monday and Tuesday, and it was great. I don't know why I traded yesterday. It was like, I don't know if it was overconfidence, maybe because I had a really nice week last week. I don't know. But the setups I took yesterday were A plus to me. It was most likely just, it's FOMC week. It's gonna be way different. This is good though. The market's moving up. It's far away from VWAP. We'll see if it breaks past this 15-minute supply zone. Which, if it does, then it'll also be breaking this pre-market range. And I think if we do get out of this range here, the next stop is for sure going to be this 90-minute supply zone. It'll be a good sign though if this candle here closes out strong. We'll be breaking out of the opening range. And if it continues to go up higher, then that means there's good direction so far. Or there's some sort of direction. Okay, this 5-minute candle closed out right at 50% and it's breaking the highs. Let's see if this 1-minute candle closes out strong. If it does, I'm expecting the market to tap 0.78. Damn, I know if people were short here, they would have expected the market to go lower. I know I was. I thought the market was going to go down to at least 880. And I know most people were targeting Asian lows. That's tough. See, if it was like a regular day, I think it definitely would have gone lower. That's just what I think, though. Who knows? Yeah, if these highs break, usually I would take a long here. So we'll see if that plays out. Trying to see why it bounced off of this area. I really just see resistance turning to support. I don't see any supply and demand zone though. I mean, maybe this 10-minute demand zone here, maybe it bounced off of that. Whoops. Let's see, usually I'd be long here, but I'm not taking it now. But usually I would. So I'm trying to see what would happen here. If it goes down from here, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it kind of looks like it's kind of slowing down. If I was in this trade, like, I'd want to see it pump up right now. As soon as possible. I don't know why, but I just thought about how the car washes over here are closed. And I just don't know why. Like, the car is literally full of salt and snow. The only thing I want is a car wash. And they're all closed. Except Delta Sonic. But, like, Delta Sonic car washes, they don't hit. They really don't. Last time I was in a Delta Sonic car wash, it literally smelled sour. Like, it didn't smell soapy. So ever since that, I don't take Delta Sonic car washes. Maybe that's just me. What time is it? Maybe it's waiting for news. Okay, 20 seconds for news. It broke out of the opening range, bullish. Uh, you see, I'm expecting the 10 a.m. news to pump up, but with the stupid stuff that's going on, I could just see it dumping from here. Okay, there's a news candle. Not a crazy news candle so far. Okay. Let's see if it does something. Ruins the paint with the Delta Sonic car wash. Yeah, this is really sad here. I was expecting 10 a.m. to really do something, but this right here just not good. I mean, we have 5 more minutes, right, for the 5 minutes to close, but like this early on into open, you really want to see good continuations, which it did happen down here. But I wouldn't have taken this long if it was a regular day. Just because it was at VWAP. It's a good long, though. It went straight up. It's like struggling to get past this white line here. Yeah, that was the weakest news candle. Does anyone remember that 10 a.m. candle last year? I forgot when it was, but like Powell said something at 10 a.m. and it was just like the craziest move up. I forgot it was last year. Now every time it's like 10 a.m. news, I stay aware. Cause last time I missed that whole move up, and it was one of those moves where like you could really FOMO into and still win. You know, it was that good of a move. Good morning. Yeah, US 30, damn. It doesn't look good. I mean, it's moving down for sure, but it doesn't even look like the market opened up, you know? There's not really any change in price action. Okay. Yeah, if I was in this trade, I mean, I'd be pissed off. Like, it just slows down once I would get into it. Well, this is good. It retested this zone here and bounced off of it. Now it's just kind of struggling to close above this white line. When Powell says good morning and the market pumps. Yeah. Or no, when he says good afternoon, that's when it goes crazy. Oof, nasty move down. Let me see. If I was in this trade, it would usually be long and my stop loss would be down here. But since it's FOMC week, I didn't enter into the trade because usually FOMC week I lose Monday and Tuesday. And I honestly just think it's because it's not me, it's the market, which sounds like really toxic, but it is really just FOMC week. Like, you'll just see a bunch of BS like this. Maybe it's just me, though. Maybe it's just me. And yeah, this entry here, same shit. Like, it would have been the perfect entry for the opposite direction. Oh my god, that's funny. The nasty move down, too. Like, wow. Let's see how big that is. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty big candle. And then watch it just have zero continuation down. It's never us, it's the market. That's funny. Like, sometimes it's definitely me. You know, sometimes I do take bad trades. Sometimes I take early entries or late entries, and that's my fault. But other times, like, it's really not you, it's the market. You can have an A plus setup, yet the market is not going to have a good continuation or good volume, and you might get wicked out or something. Or it just doesn't act how it usually would, you know? Like yesterday, I took A plus setups and I got shit on. But I really think it's because it's FOMC week. I think usually those trades would have played out really well. Yeah, I hate seeing this here. Like, you could have been long right here, and you probably would have been right in the direction. Like it probably is gonna go straight up, but you probably just got wicked out or something. That's why I hate trading days like today. You can be right on the direction, you could easily get wicked out. When will you get your 40K payout? I don't know. I don't know. Like right now, I am about, I'm almost halfway through the balance that I want to get. And that took about, I would say it took about 1 week, right? Let me pull up the stats. Yeah, so about halfway it took me 2 weeks. But that's with like trailing drawdown and like really making sure I get profit at 1 to 2. Most of these winning trades could have held way more, could have made more money, but I didn't want to because of the trailing drawdown. So yeah, that took about 2 weeks. So it could be in about 2 weeks, right? Or you never know. I mean, I could get really lucky and catch like a really big winning day and it'd get me closer. But I'm not giving myself a deadline to get the 40K payout, you know? So I think once I get it, then after that, like, it'll be more easier to get the next 40K payout, you know? So I'm not planning just to get one payout. I'm planning to last with these 20 accounts. Like, I'm thinking very long term. Like last year with my Top Step accounts, I did the same thing. I was thinking long term and I got 5 payouts on those batch of accounts, you know? So I'm thinking of doing the same thing, but with 20 accounts. That's the goal. Yeah, I knew this stuff was going to happen. Nasty move down, zero continuation down, and it fully recovers. And then look at the 5 minute time frame. It's just a nasty wick. This is the setup I was waiting for right here. This 90-minute supply zone. But honestly, it's going to be hard to take a trade off of it now. Because it's very wicky. What's US 30 doing? Okay, US 30 kind of looks like it's going to break out of that opening range, continue its move down, which is good. I love seeing US 30 going down because if it went up, it'd be very close to all-time highs. Don't like trading US 30 when it's at all-time highs because I don't have many zones. But if it goes lower, then I have really good zones on our way down. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, you really could have been long over here. You would have gotten wicked out with this nasty move. Yet you would have been right in the direction. So it's tough. It's tough. Why don't you get an end of day drawdown account? I do have end of day drawdown accounts. They're the main accounts I look to trade at, look to trade for, look to trade. And end of day accounts are the best accounts. But I only traded with these accounts because it's 20 accounts. You can't scale that big with other accounts. I just got over the trailing drawdown today. Got to play it close because of that. Now we in the money. Okay, that's good. How long did it take for you to get your first payout after requesting it on Apex? I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it took a couple days because I requested it and I requested it thinking it'd get denied because I didn't follow the consistency rule. And then it was just a random morning. I think it was like at least 2 days later it got approved. And then after it got approved, I'm pretty sure it took about two or 2 or 3 days to get the payout in the bank. Like it was very quick that time. Now though, I don't know. When I did that, that was about 2 to 3 years ago. It was a while ago, and that was before Apex was like very strict with their payouts. Now they're very on top of what payouts they approve. I mean, they have a whole team that deal with that. Before it wasn't like that, which is why I think it got approved. But yeah, that first payout that I had, I promise you, like, it was pure luck. Pure luck. Like, it was, I remember too, because I should have blown the accounts. I was down bad. But it was one of those trades where, like, you're down bad, so you just YOLO it. You slap on all the contracts, and then boom, you get a crazy trade. That's exactly what happened to me. I had a crazy trade, definitely didn't follow their consistency rule. And I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to request a payout, even though it might get denied because I've never been here. And then it got approved. Now, like, what? So you never know, guys. If you think your payout is going to get denied, just request it because you never know. You never know. Also, if this first payout with Apex accounts gets denied, I'm not going to blow the accounts. I'm going to try again, you know? Like if I broke a rule, then I just need to trade eight more days, make $2,000 and request it again. So like even if the first payout gets denied, I'm not going to blow the accounts. I'm just going to try again. That's the goal. But yeah, I'm thinking very long term with these 20 accounts. Yeah, this is tough. Market slowed down quite a bit. I requested my payout but waiting on email from plane to process the payout. I'm Australian. Oh yeah, then it might take more longer for you to get the payout if you're not in the US. It might. Especially if it's your first payout, it's going to take longer than usual. On your second payout, it's going to happen way quicker. Does that loss yesterday go towards your 8 trading days with Apex? Yeah. Yeah, it does. I already passed 8 trading days. I'm at day 14. So I'm taking it very slow. Yeah, yesterday was nasty though. I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? I feel like I should have stopped at the first loss because the first loss was 250, but I saw another good setup, so I took it. But now that I think about it, I definitely should have stopped at the first loss. Or maybe I should have taken like a step back. Yeah, like look, I took the first loss at 9:38 and then the second loss 2 minutes later. So it was very back to back and I think that's bad. But it happens. Now that I see this losing volume approaching up here, I think shorts off of this area is going to be good, but I'm not going to take it even though it's the setup that I wanted, just because it's about to be 10:20 and I wanted to take this setup way earlier in the day. I mean, it still could play out very, very nice. It's just, I'd rather wait for tomorrow when there's more volume. So, yeah. Dow looks okay. Just low volume. Yeah, it's slowly moving lower. And it's still in that opening range, too. It doesn't even look like the market opened up, you know? I don't know why I have this fear that like an order is set on Tradeovate and I don't know. You guys ever think that way? Like, damn, what if I had an order placed and like I blew the accounts on accident? I think about that. I think I've had nightmares about that. Especially if you're group trading on Tradeovate, you have to place orders. That's why, like, when I finish a trade on Tradeaway, I press exit, exit, exit. Like, I want to make sure there's no more orders. I think of that every day. Yeah, it's a real fear. I go to bed right after trading, and sometimes I wake up panicking and have to double check. Yeah. I almost double checked yesterday, but I was like, no, like, I'm overthinking. I'm gonna check right now. I feel like I have to double check as well, just in case. Okay, I think we're good. But yeah, I'm always like, I press this one, exit all positions, cancel all. And then I make sure this pops up, no working orders. I always do that. I do it like a couple times a day. I didn't even know that was button. Yeah, this one's the real button right here. If you have that fear, you gotta click that one. This one works as well, right? But this red button here cancels everything. This one would just cancel what you're on. All right, well, that's it for me. I mean, I could sit here and chat, but I don't know. Like, I feel like if I sit here and chat, then I'm gonna be like, oh, this is a good trade, when it's really not. So, that's it for me. I'm not gonna stream tomorrow in the morning. I'm gonna stream tomorrow in the afternoon. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to trade tomorrow, just because even though it is FOMC, there's still gonna be bigger news. Well, maybe not bigger, but there's gonna be big news coming out after FOMC, which is Tesla earnings, Meta earnings, and Microsoft earnings. Which, if you search up the top 100 NASDAQ companies, or NASDAQ stocks, if you look here, Microsoft is the third one, Tesla is the ninth, and then where's Meta? I thought Meta was up here as well. Oh, it is right here, seventh. So it's gonna be huge. It's definitely gonna have a crazy effect on the market. And then on Thursday, it's gonna be Apple earnings, and Apple is second on Nasdaq. I actually want to check what's on US 30. So, YM top 30 companies. On US 30, it's Microsoft third, and I think that's it. Apple is the 14th company. Oh, wait, American Express. I saw that one, I think. American Express. Yeah, American Express is on Friday, and that is the fifth company on US 30. So, I mean, we'll see. It's a huge week for sure. And I think all of this news should get us out of this huge range that we've been in for a couple weeks now. What is it? Oh my gosh, 81 days. What the heck? I didn't think it was that big. Maybe it's a bit smaller. Yeah, this range right here. I think if everything comes out well, like I could see us going straight to all-time highs, which honestly would suck for me because I don't like trading all-time highs. But it'll be good. What goes up must come down. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Um, if you're gonna trade safe, trade smart. Do you ever trade gold? No. I tried back testing gold and I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm very used to Nasdaq, but like when I was back testing gold, New York Open specifically, it was like just pure like getting wicked out every single trade, and I was like, damn, like I'm not good at trading gold, but I do think gold is really good to trade overnight. Like I think if you're gonna trade Asian, like you should trade gold for sure because with one contract on gold, it's like if you have one contract on gold, you just need the smallest move to make good money. It's like silver. But I don't know if I would trade one contract. It depends on what account you're on. It looks good for longs. I mean, it looks choppy. This looks very choppy as well. Maybe gold is waiting for FOMC as well. It looks quite choppy. But again, I mean, you don't need a crazy move on gold to make good money. ES, let me see what ES did. ES looks very similar to Nasdaq, kind of. But alright, if you guys are gonna trade, don't overtrade this. You know, I'd wait for either tomorrow for better price action, or for Thursday, because it's choppy for a reason. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.